Hi everyone, Ashish Kyal here and warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all here on this session and I'm going to talk about options. सिंपल से देखेंगे मार्केट के बारे में, ऑप्शंस के बारे में, कैसे ये काम करता है, क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, and what are the important things that you have to be aware about options. Options combining along with KST as an indicator, how will it work, how do you look at that, and implied volatility. Implied volatility is a very important word that you should keep it in your dictionary. मैंने आज देखा होगा आप लोगों ने तो ट्वीट भी किया था. If you do not understand implied volatility, you cannot trade or make money in options. Are you guys understanding implied volatility? क्या होता है? बहुत ही सिंपल वे से मैं बताऊंगा आपको. एंड अगर आप ऑप्शंस में आप ट्रेड करते हो, ऑप्शंस में आपको मोमेंटम देखना है, एंड यू इफ यू वांट टू लुक एट इट, you have to also look at that in options. When you are looking at options, you have to look at momentum, you have to look at the trend, you have to look at the IVs. It has become very crucial. Only if you do that, you can trade options with an edge. If you do not do that, you cannot trade options with an edge of IV. That is very important. Now, why I am telling you this? I'm telling you this is because if you look at options, what are the 5 things that move an option? How is an option price determined is what I will tell you right now. Option price consists of trend, which is the underlying movement, spot price, जिससे trend पता चलता है. That's one thing. The second thing that option price contain is interest rate, which is more or less fixed. So we don't really get into interest rate. उसको ignore करते हैं. Third is the strike price. Which strike are you selecting? Are you selecting an deep out of the money? Are you selecting an at the money? Are you selecting ITM? कौन सा strike price आप select कर रहे हो? वो देखना important होता है. चौथा होता है थीटा, टाइम टिल डीके. कितने दिन बाकी है, टाइम निकल रहा है, टिक टिक अवे, टाइम इज मूविंग आउट, हाउ मेनी डेज आर लेफ्ट, दैट इज थीटा. एंड पांचवा होता है वेगा, विच इज वोलैटिलिटी. वेगा विल डिटरमिन ऑन द वेगा विल डिटरमिन दैट कितने वोलैटिलिटी पे क्या इंपैक्ट मार्केट्स पे हो रहा है. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, if vega is the change in the option price with respect to volatility, so market की volatility के कारण क्या impact हो रहा है वो वेगा डिसाइड करता है, which is विक्स और वेगा. नाउ ये सारी चीजों को हमें अगर क्लब करना है, ये क्लब करके एक ऑप्शन का प्राइस डिटरमिन होता है. But that is a theoretical price which is calculated using Black-Scholes model. But किसने कहा that market moves as per the theoretical price? If I show you a chart of option and if I show you the price behavior of that option, you will be like, wow, how is it even possible? Because one factor which has taken over the entire option trading plan is implied volatility. Let me share across a chart very quickly. And यहाँ पर let me just go and open up a chart here and I'll share it across. And people who are watching this on YouTube, you can join me on the Zoom platform. यहाँ पर मैं link share कर देता हूँ आप लोगों के साथ में. Very clearly, you can participate on the Zoom platform. You can do that. Here is the link. I'm just sharing it across, and that's the link. And I'm also going to pin it up on the platform here. So I've just done that. You can join me on the Zoom platform. And I'm opening up the chart here of showing you implied volatility. So if you are, let me just share it across very quickly on the chart. And I'll show you how miserable option traders, especially option buyers, can become if they ignore this one specific part of trading. If you're looking at this chart, are you able to see my screen, every one of you? Every one of you, are you able to see the screen? If you're looking at this chart and this screen, we can clearly say that this is the IV chart. We are going to be looking at the implied volatility later on again. The implied volatility, what does it mean? What does implied volatility mean? हम ये सारा का सारा चीज वीकेंड पे बहुत डिटेल में करने वाले ऑप्शंस मंत्र में, but I am just going to explain it to you in a very, very nutshell fashion. If I'm looking at a 25,000 call option here, and 25,000 call option was trading somewhere around at, if you're looking at this is a 5-minute chart. At this point of time, it was trading around 25 as an implied volatility, which was around 1240. From that level, the prices of options, which is 25,000 call option, collapsed. You can say क्योंकि Nifty नीचे आया इसलिए call option नीचे आया. Is it right thing to think or not? I'm asking all of you. Nifty price came down, so the option price will come down. Valid? Agreed with me? Okay. If that's the case, that it moved from 83 levels to 27. Let me ask you a question by showing you a 24,000 put option now. Tell me, did Nifty collapse from the level at 110 जहां पर था उसके बाद में? Can you see this 1240? Can I say that call नीचे आया because Nifty came down? What about put? What about 24,000 put? It was trading around somewhere around 34, 35 levels. 35 levels say, you know how much low it went? It went to 7, below 7. What happened? What changed? Which means call भी गिरा, put भी गिरा, निफ्टी भी नीचे आया. अगर आप ये थियरी पढ़ के ऑप्शंस ट्रेड करने के लिए आए हो तो पैसा बनेगा क्या? इज व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग. इफ यू लुकिंग एट द थियरी एंड आर यू ट्रेडिंग कमिंग टू ट्रेड द ऑप्शंस, will you be able to make money? You need to reinvent the wheel. You need to understand how these IVs behave. You need to understand how the volume profile behaves. You need to understand what is happening where. And then if you are trading the market, you will see the power of how it works. So Nifty 24,000 call, now 24,000 put and 25,000 call, both prices collapsed. Okay, दोनों prices collapsed post 1 p.m. even when Nifty moved down, puts crashed. This is how, this is very important to understand. Okay, this is very important to understand, and this you will understand only and only if you understand the concepts of IV, you understand the concepts of momentum, and basis of that IV and momentum, then you have to take a trade on the option side. Are you with me? Are you understanding? So ये दोनों चीज को कंबाइन करना है, दोनों चीज के बेसिस पे एक ऑप्शंस का प्लानिंग करना है और उसके बेसिस पे हमें ट्रेड निकालना है. अगर आप ये कंबाइन करके ट्रेड नहीं निकालोगे तो पैसा नहीं बनने वाला है ऑप्शंस के अंदर. So you will have to look at, whenever you are plotting a chart, you will have to plot whether you are an intraday trader, whether you are, ये intraday में तो हुआ, intraday में it collapsed from 34, 35 right down here to 7 rupees. Look at the movement, look at the way it has been behaving. So only if you are able to apply these concepts in a very, very systematic fashion, then you will be able to trade options prudently. इस कॉन्सेप्ट को सिस्टमैटिक फैशन से कैसे अप्लाई करना है? इस कॉन्सेप्ट को पहले तो ये समझना है कि ये ऑप्शंस देखा हमने, उसके साथ में कैन आई अप्लाई एन इंडिकेटर विच इज नोन एज अ KST इंडिकेटर. यहां पर बहुत ही क्लियरली कि कैसे हम इसे KST के साथ कंबाइन करते हैं, KST होता क्या है और क्यों इसे मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर कहा जाता है और कैसे KST को प्राइस एक्शन के साथ कंबाइन करना. So see, market mein, whenever you are trading into options, the most important thing that you have to understand is to understand momentum. In which direction the momentum is building up. If it is building up in the direction of the trend, that is uptrend, then you have to trade there. If the momentum is building up in the direction of the downtrend, then you have to trade there, especially if you are an option buyer. If you're an option seller, then you have to accordingly look at IV, you have to look at KST, you have to look at volume profile, you have to club these things together, and then you have to trade. These things have to be combined together, and then you have to trade. So I'll just show you a chart where you can apply a KST, and just to explain it to you how important KST becomes, and you have to apply KST on a very short term intraday chart. You don't have to apply KST on a bigger chart. You can apply it on a very short term chart. Let me just share across my screen and show it across to you. If you know how to apply KST correctly, you will be able to trade very, very well. So if I share my screen here, and I have applied a KST indicator here. Okay, this is a KST indicator along with price that we are seeing here. Are you guys trading in options or not? Yes or not? And people on YouTube, do ensure you join on the Zoom and do like and subscribe the channel. If you're looking at this KST, you trade in options, right? That's why you are here. If you're looking at this, I will say that the momentum is building on the upside only if KST is sustaining above the zero line. If it's sustaining above the zero line and the price action confirms, the momentum is there. If it does not, the momentum is not there on the upside. It's on the opposite side. That's how we have to look at the KST indicator. Now, this KST indicator needs to be combined with one indicator which is I call as Keltner channel. हमने बहुत डिटेल में किया भी था mentorship session में. We'll be doing it in much detailed fashion on the Saturday and Sunday, which is 7th, 8th of June in options mantra. So what you have to look at it is the momentum building up? If the momentum is building up, is there a breakout, significant breakout happening on the price action? That is how you have to keep on looking at it. Okay. So when you are looking at this price action, you have to look at this, both the things combined together in a very simple and systematic way. So for example, if you're looking at this chart, and if I'm looking at say 1 hour time frame chart, I can see that the markets have been drifting on the downside. It's drifting lower at a very important junction, at a very important level where prices are right now headed. There is no positive momentum yet. Are you seeing a positive momentum on KST? How to read KST, I'll not be able to teach you now. I need time with you all. But if it is below the zero, there is no positive momentum is what I can say on 1 hour time frame chart. So KST is yet to show that. On a 15 minutes time frame chart, we are yet to see a momentum in KST which will confirm above the zero line. Okay, so Nifty KST line on 15 minutes chart is yet to show momentum above zero line. When that happens, along with price action breakout, we can say the tide is turning up. Okay, when that happens along with price action breakout, we can say that the tide is turning up. But until then, stay cautious. Are you with me? So यहाँ पर ये जो इंडिकेटर है ना, this KST is a very powerful indicator. It's known as a no sure thing. इसे हम no sure thing कहते हैं. ये इंडिकेटर एक बहुत पावरफुल इंडिकेटर है जिसके बेसिस पे आपको पता चलता है कि मोमेंटम कौन से डायरेक्शन में है. If I am going to buy an option and I can see that the momentum is reducing on the buy side, call option I'm talking about, and the momentum is reducing on the buy side, I will not buy call option. I might want to sell options. So KST one indicator helps me to take a judgmental call whether I want to buy an option or I want to sell an option. That is decided by one indicator, which is KST. Keltner channel decides when price action is there is a sufficient enough movement in the direction of the breakout that has happened, up or down. That's Keltner channel decides. Volume profile, open interest profile decides what the big players are doing in this entire area. Are the big players buying the market? Are the big players selling the market? Are the big players creating open positions at 25,000? Are they creating at 24,000? So big players activity, we will be able to see once we are able to make out open interest and volume profile. Super trend is an indicator which is majorly used for stop loss placement, not as a buy sell signal. It should be used as a stop loss placement. If we combine these 5 mantras together, options become a very powerful tool to trade. Okay, implied volatility, of course, will be a part of it. So when I combine these 5 mantras, all of these mantras, if I combine it together, option trading takes a altogether different game. With this does not carry forecasting ability. I'm again repeating. Whatever I have told you so far, these indicators, this price action does not give you forecasting ability. If I need a forecasting ability to that, if I want to know what will happen tomorrow, 5 days, what will be an expiry day, how price can possibly close, I need to use it with a forecasting tool. The most valuable forecasting tool that I have come across is Elliott wave or Neo wave with time cycle, of course. So Elliott wave and Neo wave combined together gives a Elliott wave. And what is Neo wave? Neo wave is a little more advanced of Elliott wave. Elliott wave has simple 3 rules. Neo wave has more rules. Elliott wave does not have diametric pattern. Neo wave has diametric pattern. So more rules, more objectivity. That's what Neo wave gives us. So Neo wave is a much more powerful forecasting tool compared to Elliott wave. And that Neo wave gives us a forecasting ability. So what we do is we combine these options, tools, and indicators as a price action so that our forecasting is not wrong. We combine that together and then we also forecast it along with wave theory. Then the entire combination becomes extremely powerful tool to trade. Are you with me, guys? So this is how you have to look at a holistic way of combining things. And as I said, over the weekend, so many people who are a part of the Trishul program or options mantra, which is starting from 7th, 8th of June, which is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you're a part of this weekend session, so the Brahmastra participants are already a part of it. If you're a part of it, how you have to prepare yourself. There is a pre-session video which is made available. If you do not have the access yet, you should get the access of that pre-session video. And once you have the pre-session video, your options basic concept is clear. That video will talk about basic concepts of options. Then over the weekend, we will start at 10 a.m. We will be looking at historical charts, and we'll be applying the concepts that about what I've talked about, bands, not bands, Keltner channel, KST, volume open interest profile, implied volatility. For the very first time, I'm going to be discussing in much detail about implied volatility on the weekend options mantra trading. I'll be talking about implied volatility because that's become the key. And I'll be looking at expiry day strategy trade setup. I'll be looking at payoff chart. I'll be looking at a method. Suppose if you are going on a job, if you have a business to run, if you have commitments, but you want to generate that passive source of income, how do you do that? How do you understand the risk? How do you place a stop loss in options when you're not in front of the screen? We are going to do that. If you are someone who is there in front of the screen and want to trade intraday options, like a multi-bagger, how to go about that, understanding the risk associated with it, how to derive the target, directly looking at an option chart, not looking at the spot chart, not going into the Greeks of it, but directly option chart को देखा, ये methods को apply किया, बिना कोई ज्यादा मेहनत किए, बिना apply किए ये सारा डेल्टा वेगा ग्रीक्स को. How do I trade? Simple price action using these mantras. How do we trade? That's what we are going to do over the weekend. This weekend, as I said, we will be looking at historical charts. And you will be then sharing across your learnings with me on the traders community, where I'll be looking at how you are applying it. What challenges are you facing? All of those things we'll be looking at in this options mantra. It's going to be a very powerful 2 days of program. You can be a part of it. You can still be a part of it. For many people who have missed out, enrolling for the program, you can still enroll directly for options mantra. If not Trishul, you don't want to forecast using Elliott wave or Neo wave, and you can still do that. And यहाँ पर बहुत क्लियरली ये जो हम सेशन करेंगे दोस्तों, ये रिकॉर्डेड भी होगा, ये 1 महीने की रिकॉर्डिंग भी आपको दी जाएगी, वेर यू विल गो थ्रू दिस. इफ यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ द त्रिशूल मेंबरशिप, एंड देन you will be a part of options mantra, you get access to Elliott wave videos, you get access to Neo wave videos, plus you get access to the elite research in just 251. That's the membership, Trishul membership. If you are a part of that Trishul membership, you can register here. The link is shared across with you all. I'm open for questions. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask me. And if you want to be someone who wants to trade market with an edge of this understanding about options, you have to be there. You cannot afford to miss, especially now. This movement of options is only getting more and more weirder. But this also provides us more and more opportunity if I want to trade from here. Are you with me? So since the options have been only getting more weirder, it gives more opportunity only to people who understand one indicator now, which is implied vol. How to read that implied volatility? And I'm going to show you an historical chart. मेरे पास वो भी डेटा है जो एक साल पहले का डेटा है, उसका चार्ट लेंगे हम. 1 साल पहले का इम्प्लाइड वॉल का चार्ट लेंगे, एक्सपायर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स का चार्ट लेंगे. ये वीकेंड को पहली बार मैं ऐसे करने वाला हूं, where we will see that how it used to be a year back, and I'm show you how things have changed, how it has completely changed, and why this chart of implied volatility has become all the more important. ये सारी चीजें हम करने वाले आने वाले वीकेंड पे. I'm going to take a very quick poll for whoever is here wants to be a part of this journey along with me. You want to know about Trishul, you want to know about Brahmastra, you want to know about options, whether you can do that. You can just participate in the poll that I am taking. Link share की है. We have few seats left. We have only limited seats, and you can be a part of it. How to register here? You can simply go on the link here. Let me just show it up. Once you go on the link here, you can register yourself for the options mantra program directly here. If you are taking Trishul membership, it's different. Or else you can directly come here, register for options mantra, and you will get volume pro, all the mantras that I've talked about over here. And you can register yourself in 19,500. The original price is 49,000 plus GST in 19,500. You can be a part of Sutra Waves, which is happening in July, or Trishul. That's a complete membership, combined everything together. In Trishul contains options mantra, Elliott wave, and Sutra Waves. That's a part of it. So the poll is ongoing. You can participate and you can register. I'm open for questions. There is a question here. Just give me a second. Can I trade in stocks also after attending options mantra? Yes. अगर आप stocks में समझो आप options में नहीं trade करना है, you can still trade in stocks also looking at this data. We are not doing options only in the weekend session on 7th of June. To understand, if I know big player position is created at 25,000, I know 24,500 पे major support नहीं आ रहा है big players के पास, I know what is the tone of the market. If I know that tone of the market, I can now position myself even in futures or even in cash. That's what I'm doing, and I'm looking at it. Why is India VIX not collapsing if the markets are crashing? Markets are not crashing. Where is the crash? Market didn't crash. And if the market crash, VIX will go up. It will not come down. VIX will collapse when the market goes up. So we'll be discussing all of those things very, very clearly. Okay. To boost your confidence, I've won Khiladi #1 show 33 times on a national channel on CNBC Awaaz. I'm an author of an international book, which you can see here. That's the book which I've written, published worldwide, launched in London, global launch in 2020. I've been, you can see me on, I keep speaking at IAMS. I keep speaking at a lot of NIBM. I speak at NISM. I'm a passionate trader. I've been trading since 2005. I lost my job with Lehman Brothers in 2008 when Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. I lost my job. I started trading full time as a trader since then, and it has been a wonderful journey for me. And I constantly adopt to the new changes that the market is showing across. I constantly evaluate the strategy that I follow. What I'm going to teach you is the strategy that I use and how I evolve my strategy. I've discussed that in the last Brahmastra session also, how I evolve my strategy, how I change it, how I accommodated for my IVs change, all of those things that I have done. So someone who has done it, I've been doing it for 15 years now. I've been practicing Elliott wave, Neo wave since 2009 onwards. I'm a CMT. I cleared all the three levels of CMT in 1 year in 2008 to 2009. I cleared that in 1 year of time. So that simply shows that if it's possible, if I can do that, I lost my job and I've been trader as a full time since then. So if I can do that, you can do that. It's an online session, Archana. It's not offline. We do online session because people join not only from India. There are people who are joining from Canada. There are people joining from Singapore. There are people joining across the country, and we want to ensure they are able to learn from it. Okay, that's right. That's how we do that. And overall, these days, India VIX is very high. What does it show? We'll discuss that, Bhavani over the weekend on options mantra session. We'll be looking at it, why the VIX is not pulling off and why it's not happening. All of those things we are going to be discussing in much detailed fashion. So do not worry about it. The theory is showing positive. No, price action did not confirm. Price action has to confirm. And with respect to the application of wave theory, we'll be doing at one step at a time, one thing at a time. We'll be doing that in a very systematic fashion, Anita. Do not worry about it. Step by step, we'll be doing that. You'll be having application, you'll be able to apply those concepts on the chart. You will be able to apply those concepts and post it on the community. So वो सारी चीजें आप करेंगे. Will NeoWave works in commodity? Yes. It works in commodity. It works in any freely traded market. So I apply it on commodities also. You can apply it on crypto also. It works across the time frame. Is there an offline course in Pune? No. These are online session, as I said. PCR to take into considerations? No. I do not look at PCR, especially in the current times when the open interest profile, when the open interest formula is going to change, how the put call ratio will be measured is going to change. So I'm not looking at PCRs. Okay, so we'll be doing that. And okay, I can see Ramnik, you're a part of, I know you're a part of Trishul program already. Then I can see Prakash, do not worry about it. So use these hard-earned money, make them work for you. So when you know how to trade an option, when to buy an option, how to look at it in a very systematic, simple way, you need to know these methods. And when you know these methods, you can apply it very, very well. Even on stocks, you can apply it. Even on cash, you can apply it even there. Okay. The duration of options mantra, we start at 10 a.m. on Saturday. It's going to be there until 4. It's going to be 2 days of program, and it's going to be approximately 12 hours. And there will be a recording which is going to be given to you. There is a pre-session video which is going to be given to you. And in post, recording is for 1 month for options mantra. Recording is for 3 months for Trishul program if you are registering. Post 3 months also, you will be having access to a community where you will be able to post your queries and charts, and we will be responding to it. So you do not have to worry about it. Okay. There is another question here, Ganesh. Does it answer your question for mentorship? The mentorship Brahmastra is about algo creation, stock selection, risk management, money management. We do all of those things. I don't talk about Sensex index trading because Sensex का options में liquidity नहीं है. Honestly, it is better to stick with Nifty options than Sensex option. It is Sensex options are more erratic than Nifty options because of the liquidity usual. Do not worry about that. Deepak, you are a part of Trishul, of course. We will discuss about how to use monthly options like calendar spreads. Yes, we'll discuss about calendar spreads. We discuss about payoff charts. We discuss about ratio spreads. We discuss about bull call spread कब बनाना है. So strategy कैसे बनानी है और कब बनानी है वो डिस्कस करेंगे. बिना स्ट्रैटेजी के कैसे ट्रेड करना है वो भी हम which is going to be a part of it. So we are going to be looking at that also. Does it answer your question, Ujjwal? And Hitang Kurdas, does it answer your question also? Fantastic. Uh, Perfect. Awesome, guys. Then I think pretty much here. So people, whoever are part of it, directors, please note, we have to give them access to the pre-session video of options today. So they can keep learning from it. They start it, then Saturday, Sunday happens, and then we move forward from there with the application of all of those things. Again, I'm repeating what we are going to do on the weekend is going to be on historical chart. I'm going to, for the first time, I'm going to show you options behavior even a year back, how it behaved, how you have to form strategy around it, how you have to look at it, all of those things. Fantastic, guys. Thank you very much for listening me out. It was wonderful to connect with each one of you. Have a wonderful time. Become a wonderful trader. Ashish Kyal signing off.